What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. In today's video, we're going to be doing the playthrough of Treasure Map Smoothie and Oven. This unit is actually a really cool dual unit available in this treasure map. I would highly suggest to go ahead and farm up to 1 million points for this treasure map. Get this copy maxed out. It's actually really easy to get this character maxed out this time around, especially compared to last treasure map, because we have the Intrusion Battle, you know, with the treasure mode bird and stuff. It's really cool. You get so many more additional points just because of the treasure mode bird. So farming this time around will be a lot easier, as I said, for many players. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into it here. On the Sweet Sea, you can see that I am already on navigation level 15, and I already have just about 8 million points. I have been streaming for most of the day today for the treasure map. I've already done all of the ticket pulls as well. They are recorded. You guys will be seeing that after the end of the treasure map once we get all of our rewards in, so definitely look forward to that, and hopefully you guys will be getting good pulls from those tickets, of course. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into... Actually, you know what? Before we jump into it, I actually want to point out one thing really quick. I just remembered the Cavendish Crystal Skulls are actually available here. So if you actually missed out on the opportunity to Super Evolve Cavendish, you can spend these blue treasure map tickets on the skulls. Now remember, you need 5 of them to Super Evolve him, so overall it's going to cost 10,000 blue tickets. But I think it is worth it, because that's the only way you can Super Evolve this character, right? And if memory serves me correctly, our next treasure map should be Treasure Map Doflamingo, which should introduce another system like this for 6+ version 1 Doflamingo. So definitely look forward to that. It's going to be really cool. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into it now. So as I said, I'm navigation level 15, so I've already done 14 runs on this treasure map, so I pretty much know what to expect heading into it here. I'm pretty sure that there is no secret map for this treasure map, because I know a lot of people have been messaging me about that on stream today. But the great thing about it is, of course, is that we are guaranteed to land on one of these treasure birds here to guarantee and initiate the Intrusion Battle, of course. So when we land on this bird, we get 1.5 times points. We spawn in the Intrusion Battle, which is going to be against Smoothie and Oven, and we're going to be going through that first. It looks like going to be our first boss fight, of course. So yeah, definitely pick up these birds. The extra points is always worth it. But remember, you have to actually kill Smoothie and Oven in order to actually keep those points. And if you do kill Smoothie and Oven, of course, you actually go ahead and get a stat boost to your HP, attack, and recovery for the rest of the run. So, you know, you could do calculations for your teams that you've, you know, prepared throughout the week, ready for this treasure map, but you gotta remember that the birds actually give you an extra 1.5 times stat. So a lot of people's teams actually will perform better than what they're statistically calculated on the database. So in terms of what route I'm gonna go here, so we've got Barajas on the left, Mont d'Or on the right. I always like to go for the pathway that the Intrusion Battle boss actually opens up. Personally, it doesn't really matter in terms of which one I want to go for. Let's just go for Mont d'Or. Let's go for Barajas. Let's go for Barajas. We're going to get the cooldown buff here. It doesn't really make a difference here that we get it or that we don't get it. But here we go. We have the Intrusion Battle here, 12,000 points, Smoothie and Oven. Now, the team that I am using to farm the Intrusion Battle is this team here. If you guys actually watched my video a couple of days ago of breaking down my treasure map teams, you guys would already know pretty much exactly what teams I'm using along the way here. I love seeing the friend Captain Crackers here. They definitely help out significantly. Not in terms of damage. I mean, you know, Cracker obviously will deal lots and lots of damage here, but the fact that it's just a 2.2 times point booster unit, it's pretty significant. It is pretty significant. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Now, the first stage of Smoothie and Oven is going to be a mob character that just runs away. He just basically reduces all of our characters' cooldowns, which is really nice. And you can see he actually changes our top row orbs into tandem, which is ridiculously useful if you have the Int 5+ V2 Reiju, because obviously if your captain has a tandem orb, or your friend captain has a tandem orb, you can use her special ability to basically remove any of the debuffs that happen on stage 2. So you'll either get Oven here on stage 2 or Smoothie. Now, Oven has 4 turns of blue defense shield, whereas Smoothie has a 4-turn damage threshold. Now with the 5+ Reiju, we can actually use her special ability to remove the threshold and the defense, so it doesn't matter which boss that we have here. You also cannot use an attack boosting special on the final boss stage, so I'm going to use my Sanji and Judge special here so that I can have the buffed captain ability on the final stage. And then to get a full board of matching orbs, I can use the Niji special, which obviously will grant us those matching orbs, which is really, really good. And then with all those boosts active, we can just kill off stage 2 pretty simply right there. Moving on to the boss stage, we have Smoothie and Oven here. They are a strength unit, so obviously quick units are going to be the best units to bring here. So they give us a full board of either empty and it's empty and bomb orbs, I believe it is. You can obviously the special bind to our bottom row characters. We get a chain lock as well, so it's pretty annoying, but obviously with the 2 boosted characters, it's going to make your life a whole lot easier here. We can use the pound to unbind our Jinbei. We can use Jinbei to remove the actual chain lock that we get given, as well as providing an orb boost to our team. And then obviously the Cracker special ability, which I actually haven't seen what his special ability actually looks like. Howling Honey Pretzel is his special ability, and it's just him punching his sword forward. Okay, nothing too crazy, but he does the orb manipulation. He gives us the great ability from the affinity, as well as the combo boost as well. So with this all active, pretty simple, still on nav level 15, nothing really too annoying to take down Smoothie and Oven. So we're gonna go ahead and progress forward, and I'll see you guys at the next boss fight. Alright, so the next boss is going to be the boss battle against Barajas. Now, I am versing him in the mid-map, so it's actually a lot easier for me this time around. But obviously, same things would occur in the mid-map as it was for the final boss round. It's just the fact that they are going to be significantly stronger in the final boss round. Now, the team that I'm using for Barajas is actually a Smoothie and Oven team. So obviously, this team will only work once you have your Smoothie and Oven copy. Good thing to note, though, you don't actually have to max limit break them in order to get their buffed captain ability. You don't need to limit break them to get their best captain ability, which is really, really nice. Now, one of the good things about Smoothie and Oven dual unit, especially after we take on the Intrusion Battle, after we get that stat boost from the Treasure Bird, we can use the swap effect of the Oven and Smoothie unit, and then with that alone, they deal end of turn damage at the end of each turn, and that is actually enough to KO every single room in this dungeon, except for one. There is one room where this special ability will not KO that final room, and that's actually going to be with a bird mini boss, one of the bird mini bosses. You guys will see once we get to it. But the switch effect of Smoothie and Oven is really, really cool because, I mean, it doesn't really do that much damage, which is understandable, but the good thing about it is the fact that you can use that specific ability for end of turn damage to get through resilience buffs, which is really cool, right? It means that you actually don't need to worry about bringing a resilience remover in certain circumstances, and actually forget to use the switch effect of Smoothie and Oven, you know, silly me. So it's actually really cool, and with their switch effect, they also make Psi and Quick Orbs beneficial as well. It's pretty cool. Their special ability also will increase the chances of landing on Psi and Quick Orbs, as well as shuffling your orbs around. So they're a pretty good unit overall, and obviously they've got a pretty good captain ability as well, boosting Psi, Int, and Quick, so pretty awesome. Final boss room, you can see we have Barajas and 3 separate mob characters. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and use the Katakuri special here to give us beneficial orbs as well as delaying the enemies. Then I'm going to go ahead and switch with Smoothie Oven and then activate their special ability. You know, this is actually kind of overkill, to be honest, because I can just use the White Bit special and completely KO them. Yeah, so that's not even going to be a big issue. And then you do get given attack down. It's a 50% attack down, so you could use this Neptune to remove the attack down, but as I said, we're at that stage. It's only a mid-map, so very easy to take down. But pretty easy team, and this team will work for an exceptionally long time on this treasure map. So we're going to go ahead and skip all the way forward to the final battle rush, because there are no other mini bosses we have to take on along the way, and I'll see you guys at the battle rush. And with that, we finally arrive at the battle rush. So we have 3 more bosses until the final boss. The first one here is Mont d'Or. So the team I'm using against Mont d'Or is a double carrot team. Obviously having carrot is a really nice thing. Definitely not required though. Carrot is just really mainly used because she's a 4 times captain, and that's the main benefit of using Carrot. You don't actually need her abilities to bypass like any defensive effects or anything. You're mainly utilizing the 2 subs here of Kizaru as well as the treasure map Nami, because what will happen on the final boss stage of the Mont d'Or fight is that he'll go ahead and reduce the cooldowns of both of your captains and the middle left slot. So in this circumstance, it would be the double Carrot, and also the Kizaru raid boss would get their cooldowns lowered. Now, the thing is, we can use Kizaru to then rewind combine those specials forward because he has a cooldown reduction special ability. Then, also, you get given a full board of block orbs. So, the best character, in my opinion, to get rid of that would be a character like Treasure Map Nami, who is able to do that, which is very, very good. And then because both of these characters are double boosted from the Carrot Captain ability, it definitely makes a difference. One thing that is quite unfortunate, though, is that both of your captains actually get slapped with 5 turns of slot bind. So potentially you could use a captain that is immune to slot bind with their potential ability, and that would be a pretty good option to run as well if you do choose to do so. As I said, we're going to go ahead and reduce our cooldowns here. We can go ahead and use the Carrot special ability for her 2x orb boost to our characters. We can use Magellan's special ability to give us the conditional boost, because you can see that he doesn't have any immunity shield. So you can use delay, defense down, poison, whatever you want against Mont d'Or. And as I said, we want to change those block orbs into matching, so we can go ahead and do that. You can see I've got the Summer Violet here as well. There's no reason to bring her. She's just here because she's a quick unit and she's double boosted on a Carrot team. But as I said, with these boosts active here, no issues whatsoever. And when you do actually finish off Mont d'Or, he'll go ahead and deal 0.75 times his attack as damage to your team. So in really late nav levels, that might be an issue, but as of right now, he doesn't really deal that much. Plus, I have nearly 30,000 or about 30,000 HP, so I'll be able to tank that for a pretty long time. So there we go, Mont d'Or is taken care of. And the next boss after the Mont d'Or boss is going to be Colette. Now, I think a lot of people would probably ask, you know, which mini boss should I take on in the mid map if I have a choice to do so. And in my opinion, I think Colette will be the one that a lot of people will find more annoying. I don't think she's actually that difficult, because there are a lot of free-to-play units that can just get around all of the debuffs that basically get inflicted to your team. Namely Ambush Big Mom. She's really good here, but Ambush Big Mom is also really good for the final boss stage against Big Mom and Smoothie and Oven as well. But anyways, the main thing with the Colette is that on stage 6, you encounter a mini-boss against Brûlée and some mob characters, and that's where things start to get kind of dicey, because she'll go ahead and special bind both of your captains for an extended period of time, so essentially you don't get your captain's special abilities, and also, you also get Despaired for, I believe it's 8 turns, so you need a character that can remove up to 5 turns of Despair. Now, off the top of my head, there are only 2 characters that are boosted that can get rid of 5 turns of Despair. One of them on this team would be the Ambush Big Mom, and the other character I can think of is actually Colosseum Neptune. He removes 5 turns of Despair as well, so he's also a really, really good option. So as I said, we've reached stage 6 here. We have Brûlée, we get 10 turns of Special Bind, and then 5 turns with Sockets. It's going to be for the Despair, so we can go ahead and remove that Despair. You can see here the Big Mom also provides an attack boost, and that's really, really key, because what will happen is on the final stage is that Colette will actually have a special limiter, so you can only use 2 specials per turn on the final boss stage. So bringing specials into this final room is actually kind of like really, really useful. Now, the preemptive attack here of Colette, as I said, you have the special limiter, but she'll also make all of your colored orbs count as negative for 2 turns. So you want to try and, you know, utilize recovery and tandem orbs or G orbs or rainbow orbs, whatever you want, because remember, Shirahoshi's actually boosted as well, so you could use Shirahoshi here as well. Kind of doing a little bit of overkill here, but we can activate the orb boost of Sanji and also the color affinity of Smoothie, and this is more than enough damage to take care of Colette for pretty much an infinite amount of time. This is going to work for a very, very long time against her. So there we go, Colette is taken down, and we only have one more mini boss to go, and that mini boss is going to be against Perospero. Now, I think Perospero is by far the easiest of any of these boss stages in this particular treasure map. There isn't really anything that he really does that could provide too many difficulties for many people out there. The only one thing you really have to worry about is the fact that he has a combo barrier, and it's a 15-turn combo barrier. So a lot of teams will only get their last maybe 3 to 4 characters dealing damage to Perospero. But the great thing is we have Legend Snake Man boosted, so it makes things a lot easier, because obviously he's a dex unit, strength units are going to be really, really good here, and as I said, he just has the combo barrier, and that's basically it. He doesn't have like anything at any certain health threshold or anything, so Perospero is very, very straightforward, very simplistic. Though one thing that I have found annoying, and I even stated this on stream as well while I was playing this, is a lot of the mobs on this boss stage against Perospero have like really random colors, because as I said, he's a Dex boss, but you see these mobs have quick typing, which is really annoying, especially when you're bringing a predominantly strength team. Typically, when a boss is a certain color, you would see on more times often than not that the mobs in that boss stage are the same color as the boss. But that's definitely not the same case here. It's really, really odd. I don't know why they did it. It just makes this boss a little bit more annoying. Maybe they thought that, you know, because Perospero is so easy that they won't have to, like, you know, worry about that too much and just make it really annoying on the way there. On stage 6 here, just to make it a little bit easier on myself, I am going to use the Snake Man special to get rid of one of the mobs here, and then we can go ahead and get the 2x orb boost in the following turn if we hit a certain amount of perfects, which we should able to do. And there we go, boom. And obviously with Snake Man as your captain, when you use his special, he gives you so many orbs as beneficial here. You could actually use the Zunisha shift if you really want to. I have Montdor in this team just kind of as a filler unit, but you can use his special ability to provide more color affinity. Definitely not a requirement here. And as I said, you've just got the combo barrier to deal with, and then that is basically it. So it's going to be very, very simple against Perospero for a pretty long time. But then again, we're going to be moving on to the final boss now. As I said, it's going to be against Big Mom. Now, when you actually look at what the boss looks like, and you, like if any of you guys have seen what the final boss looks like and what the dungeon does, it actually looks quite intimidating. We'll get into that once we get into the final boss stage. So now we're on the final boss stage against the Big Mom fight, and as I said, like, when you actually look at what this boss stage looks like, it actually looks very, very intimidating, and it kind of is, you know. There's a lots of things that you really have to take care of. But this team that I am using, it is very, very reminiscent of the team that I did use against Smoothie and Owen, and the reason for that is because it's legitimately almost the same team. There's only one unit difference, whereas before against Smoothie and Owen, I was bringing Reiju to remove the debuffs on stage 2. I'm no longer doing that. I'm actually going ahead and bringing Ichiji here because he gives us the conditional boost in tandem with the 5+ Niji, so they work really, really well together here. Now, one thing that I will actually do is I will switch my Sanji for Judge on stage 5 because we want to make sure that we can access Sanji with his switch effect active on the second last stage, and you guys will understand why. So we'll go ahead, and obviously because we don't have every single color on our team, Judge, it doesn't actually boost our team at all. So that's not a big problem. We move on to stage 6, which is a mini boss Big Mom. She's actually pretty straightforward. She just gives you a full board of block orbs, and that is it. We're going to go ahead and switch with the Judge back into Sanji. So now we have a tandem orb on our captain, and at this stage we can use the Niji special to give the full board of orbs as well as the conditional boost, and then to actually apply the conditional boost we can use the Ichiji special. And that gives us enough damage output to very, very simply take down Big Mom for a very, very long time. And now we move on to the final boss stage. Now, this is where things look hella intimidating because you have two separate bosses. You've got Katakuri and you have Big Mom. And both of their health will scale depending on your navigation level. So that is very, very important to note. So, you can see so many different things here. We get binded for 6 turns on our bottom row. You can see we get orbs switched into either G orbs or G orbs. And you can see that they have % damage reduction. They have poison and strong poison immunity. They have delay immunity. It's just ridiculous. There's so many things going on. So this is the way I'm getting through it. I switch with Sanji back into Judge for his additional boost here, the Boost Chain Multiplier. We can use their special ability to provide the 2x attack orb boost as well as the buffed Captain ability. Then we can use our Jinbei special to go ahead and remove the bind, and obviously past navigation level 20. I'd actually want to use my Jinbei first and then my Sanji and Judge because the Jinbei actually provides a stronger orb boost. Then I can use the Pound special to remove the % damage reduction on the enemy, and then we can use our Cracker special ability for the combo boost, for the color affinity, for the orb manipulation, just the perfect unit here, obviously. Now, I do want to point this out. You can actually see here that the Sanji and Judge switch effect, which boosts your chain multiplier, can actually stack with Legend Cracker's chain boost. So you can see here, this is the 2-turn ability from Cracker, adds a set amount to the chain multiplier, and you have the special from Sanji and Judge boosts your chain multiplier. They are stackable, so the amount of damage that you get from Cracker on a Sanji and Judge team is just so goddamn high. And you guys will see here with 2 taps, boom, boom. There we go. Nearly 40 million damage with 2 taps. Not going to see any issues whatsoever in this treasure map, man. Absolutely crazy damage output. But there we go. That's the run through of my playthrough of the treasure map and how I've been taking it on so far. I don't really see too many circumstances where I would need to change my teams. The only issue is trying to locate more cracker friend captains. Of course, that's always going to be an issue. But I have tested this team with a friend captain treasure map booster Jinbei, and that actually works pretty well at this current point in time. In later nav levels, that's going to be not really much of a choice, but as of right now, the Jinbei definitely works as a friend captain. But there we go. That's the full rundown, guys. I guess I can show you guys the dual unit Smoothie and Oven, as I talked about a little bit before in the start of the video. Really great captain, being 3.75 to 3 separate colors, as well as providing recovery at the end of the turn as well. Now, even though they do recover, I would not suggest feeding recovery cotton candy to them. Reason for that is because when you look at their captain abilities for regular Smoothie and Oven, they don't provide any actual recovery at all. And they don't have pinch healing either. So I really wouldn't suggest giving them recovery cotton candies at all. Their special ability is great for making quick insight orbs more likely to land on for 2 turns, as well as shuffling your orbs around, and will boost the orbs of quick sign int characters by 2 times for 2 turns, and also becoming the dual unit for 2 turns. This is a really, really great character, and I highly suggest, as I said, to farm this treasure map up. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video today, and if you guys have, make sure to hit the like button. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.